This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So, yesterday I had asked two questions. One is that I have a table called sales table, and this is a sales amount. I wanted to get positive numbers, some of the positive numbers in column one, some of the negative numbers in column number two. I think you people have tried it. One or two people are saying. So you send me the answers. And the next question I have asked, and this is my table. So you wanted to update, or the requirement is that update this table. Wherever there is a M, it should get updated with F, and wherever there is an F, it should be updated with M. In a single update statement, you should be able to update these genders. Okay, I think some of them have achieved this, and others also please do that. Okay, and send me your answers. Okay, yeah. Now, we had also seen system tables the other days, right? So, sys.table, sys.databases, sys.columns, sys.views, sys.triggers, sys.procedures, and all these things we discussed. And we also see later sys.objects. All these are called system tables given by Microsoft in SQL Server. You're not going to be creating these tables. These tables are already available. So the other day I was talking about the system tables. Now today, let us understand the SQL Server merge statement to perform incremental loading. Okay, so if you wanted to, move the data from one server to another, for example, I have a water, okay, in the well, or I have a water in the river. That water I wanted to send it to a tank. What is that you do? Will you carry a bucket, water with the pots? Will you take a bucket and carry the water? So it will be very difficult. If you have a water in the well, or if you have a water in the river, I wanted to take the water from river and put the water into the tank. So what is that you do? You have to buy a motor pump, right? You need to buy a motor pump and give the connection to the well. Source will be well and a destination will be tank, and you switch on the motor pump. So what will happen when you switch on the motor pump? The water from the source means well or the river, or could be any other data water source. So from there the data is going to go to the destination is a tank. Clear? So water pump is called as a ETL. Water pump is called as ETL, SSIS in MSBA, right? So in MSBA, or you have a lot of ETLs, extract the data, transform the data, load the data. Clear? In MSBA, we're going to be learning a software called SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services, which is a motor. So what is a motor pump? Which is water importing, exporting software, tool, right? So when you switch on the motor pump, you're able to get the water from the well, from the source, and dump the water to the tank. So instead of a motor pump, when you use ETL softwares, ETL means extract the data, transform the data, load the data. You give a source data will be sent to the destination server. For example, I have a server in Hyderabad, India. I have one more server in America. I wanted to send the complete data from India to America. So how do you do that? You need to put a pump, motor pump. The motor pump is called as ETL. Clear? So what is ETL going to do? Take all the data from the source and dump the data to the destination. Clear? So that is what ETLs are going to do. So when you have the data importing and exporting is going to be happening in the IT industry. From one server to another server, from one place to another place, you need to dump the data, export the data, import the data. To do that, we need to have a software. That software is called as ETL softwares. ETL stands for extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data. Clear? So now we can also use a merge statement to perform ETL operations, and we can also do an incremental loading. ETL means what? You need to send the data from one place to another. So let us understand, what is incremental loading also. Hope you would have understood what is a ETL. So exporting the data or extracting the data and sending the data to the source to the destination. Clear? All ETL softwares are simply motor pumps. Clear? So in simple manner, your heart, what is that heart is going to do? It is going to be taking the blood from somewhere. It is pumping the blood to your body parts. Clear? So it is not to one part, it is completely, your blood will go to brain, blood will go to your foot, hands, everywhere the blood is going to go, and it has the energy, right? It is pumping. So your heart is also ETL. It is going to take the blood from somewhere it is going to be pumping to your body parts. Clear? So one place to another place, if you wanted to move the blood, we are going to be having a heart. Clear? If you have a data from one place to another, if you wanted to pump or send the data, we're going to be using ETL softwares. One of the ETL software is called as SSIS in MSBI, SQL Server Integration Services. And we have, Informatica, Data Stage, right? So Pentaho, we have a lot of softwares are available in the market. ETL softwares are very, very, very hot tools nowadays. Clear? So we have started with MSBA, and I think ETL, so the SSIS is going on. ETL application is going on, which will take 20 classes. Clear? So now with the SQL Server merge command, merge statement, we are going to be performing ETL operation. Along with, let us understand what is an incremental loading as well. Okay, so now merge to perform incremental loading, it is one of the DML statement placed newly in SQL Server 2008. Merge statement is a combination statement that can perform insert, update, delete statements based on whether rows that match the selection criteria exist in the target table or not. Clear? So now this is what is a syntax. Merge target table as target using source table as source on condition. When matched, then do update. When target not matched, then do some kind of an insert. Clear? So this is what we're going to be doing it today. So let us understand what is an incremental loading. Let me quickly take an Excel sheet, and I wanted to show you some data. I have an employee table in, let us say, in server called India server. I have employee ID, name, and salary. So this is my employee data. So let me say one, John, salary is $1,000. Clear? So this is what is called $1,000. Okay. Now I have one more employee, let us say Ram, his salary, let us say $1,200. Am I clear? So I'm going to send this data not only from this server. So this is a source server. I'm maintaining one more copy in one more destination server. So I'm going to be putting in a destination server. Okay, somewhere I'm going to be creating one more table. I am taking all the data from here. I'm going to be dumping here. Clear? So now what I do, I take all the data. I'm going to be loading. So you're going to be doing ETL operations. Clear? So now we can perform a merge in SQL. It is going to be taking all the data. You're going to be sending it here. Clear? So now you may get the new record, new data here. When you get the new data, for example, say new record Stalin is going to come. So when the Stalin is going to be adding there, so I wanted to, take the, the the newly added data. So this data only I need to take it and I wanted to send it here. But we don't know what is a newly added record, right? Because if you have three records, you can easily identify. But if you have 3 million data, clear? So Saujanya, you can send me later. So just concentrate on the class first, okay? Now, I wanted to, if I have three records, I can easily identify this is the new record. But if I have a 3 million data, if I have a 3 million data, how to identify which is the new record, which is the old record, which is very, very difficult. So normally what you do, you delete all the data from the destination table. You take all the data and you're going to be loading here. Clear? So that is how you can do it, because we don't know what is the new row and what is the old row. So okay, so that is what we are going to be understanding. What is the new row, what is the old row, we don't know. So every time what we do, we delete all the data from the destination table. We take all the data we're going to be loading. So tomorrow his salary may be getting updated to 1200. Okay, and his name is not a Stalin, it is a Stalin underscore second. Some modification has done in his name, and his salary also got updated. Now, do you know which record is updated? Do you know which record is, which place the updation is happened? You don't know. Again, what you do after some time, you delete the data here. You're going to be taking all the data and you're going to be moving it here. So that is what you're going to be doing if you wanted to maintain two copies of the data. Clear? So every Saturday, every Sunday, you have to take all the data from here, or every day midnight at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock midnight, what you do, you take complete data from the source and you're going to maintain the copy of the data here. The problem is that deleting is very, very easy, and loading is also very, very easy when you have a small amount of data. Clear? But you think you have 3 billion records, 3 billion data here, and the same 3 billion data you have loaded to this server. So this server may be available in India and this server may be available in US. Now, do you think that every time, for example, there is a updation happened to this guy, his salary is 1650. Okay, only one row you got update. So because of one row, what you're doing, you're deleting 3 billion data here and you're loading all the 3 billion records, plus only one updated record will come. So do you think that is it make any sense? Because of one update statement, what are you doing? You are deleting 3 billion data which is there in the server. And one more problem is that again loading all the data except one row. This is the row got updated, which does not make any sense. Okay. And one more thing, if you delete the data from here, any other computer, for example, any other application, maybe is a computer, these guys are accessing this data. If you delete this data, so what will happen? These applications will fail. Clear? Some of the computers are using the US data, some of the computers are using India data. So India data you are not deleting. If you delete the data in the destination table, these applications will fail. Clear? So definitely deleting data is completely not a good idea. Deleting data, loading data is a completely bad idea. This is not incremental loading. Clear? Let us understand what is an incremental loading easily. So if you have these data, let me go back to our original data. Clear? So normally what we do, with the help of merge statement, if the data, this is a primary key, right? This is a primary key and this is also primary key. So what we do, we compare destination employee table with this employee table. Clear? So if this and this is matching, for example, I go here, I take, now do we have any matching record here? There is no matching because one is not got added. So there is no matching. If the one is not matching here, if it is not matching, take the data and insert here. Okay, and If you read one more row, is it matching record 2 is not available. If the data is not matching, you have to load the data. So what normally we are going to be doing, merge statement is going to be verifying based on this. Okay, so merge is going to be verifying employee ID is equivalent to employee ID. So what employee ID? Source dot employee ID, if it is matching with this. Okay, and so this and this you compare. If it is not matched, so we are going to be saying not matched records. Not matched. When not matched, so we compare what? Source primary key with the destination primary key. When one and one is matching, forget about it. If it is not matching, for example, you have a row, say a record called Appu with 3000. Okay, so one and one is matching, two and two is matching, three is not matching. When not matched, what we do? We are going to be inserting data into destination table. So that is the rule. Okay, you're comparing with the help of a merge, you compare this primary key and this primary key. When something is not matching, you're going to be inserting into the destination when not matched. So when the data is matched, okay, for example, 1 and 1 is matched and a 2 and a 2 is matched, so this is not matched, so this will get inserted here. Clear? Now both of them are getting. Now when you run again merge command, it is going to be, checking employee ID and employee ID is matching or not. If it is matching, so what I do, if I matching, I am going to be doing one more checking. What is that? If this and this is matching, you assume, so somebody has updated 1200 now. Clear? Now you run merge command. So what will happen? 1 and 1 is matching. This record has to be updated. So when something is matching, we need to go for update. Okay, go for update. And when 2A2 is matching, the matched records need to be updated. 3 and 3 is matching, the matched records need to be updated. When something is not matching, you're inserting. If something is matching, you're going to be updating. Now, before updating, because if 1 and 1 is matching, you don't take all the data and update it here. You don't take all the data and update here, because even though it is matching, so this records did not change. Have you seen it? Ram 2000, Appu 3000 did not change, but only 1 and 1 is matching, and remaining columns are matching or not, you need to verify. Clear? So when data is matched, so 1 and 1 is matched, remaining columns also you should verify. John and John is matched. If it is matched, I need not worry about it. If salary and salary is unmatched, and this is matched, and remaining columns are unmatched. Clear? So if John and John is matching and this is also matching, I don't need, right? If this is matching, remaining data is unmatched, then you need to update. So this is what is the thing. Clear? So that is the logic. So logic is matched. What is matched? Primary key is matched. Employee ID and employee ID is matched. And after that, so remaining columns are unmatched, not matched. What do I mean by remaining column? Remaining column is name and name is unmatched, or salary and salary unmatched. Then only take this record and update it here. So then we are going to be updating this record. Clear? And 2 and 2 is matching, and Ram and Ram is matching. 2000 and 2000 is matching. You don't get any unmatched records. Okay, if you get unmatched records, then you're going to be updating it. Clear? So this is the logic that we're going to be having it. So again, 3 and 3 is matching. So when matched records is happening, 3 and 3 is matching. Then Appu and Appu is matching, 3000 and 3000 matching. So when the data is not matched, for example, Appu has become Appu K. Now what will happen? 3 and 3 is matching, Appu K and Appu does not match. Clear? So when not matched, take this complete record, you are going to be overwriting it here. Clear? So this is how you're going to be performing an incremental loading. Incremental loading means after creating a table, you may be having inserting data into the source, and you may be updating the data into the source, or you may be deleting the data in the source. Okay, when you insert, for example, new record Ram or Raj is going to come. Okay, Raj salary is this much. When you're getting a new record, so we're going to be verifying this. So we'll take the merge. If it's one and one is matching, we get it to matched records. Two, three, and four is unmatched. So this record we are going to be dumping into destination table. This record is going to come here. Okay, and remaining records also will verify. When one and one is matching, we're going to be verifying. If it is completely matching, I don't do any action. If it is completely matching, I don't do. But remaining records, there is an issue here. There is a this. So Ram and Ram is matching for two. Okay, and this is not matching. When it is not matched, you take the complete record. You're going to be updating or you're overwriting. So insert we have done, and for update, whenever you update the source, we are going to be updating using this logic. When somebody deleted this record, for example, somebody deleted this record or deleted this record. Okay, somebody deleted this record, so now I wanted to delete this record. So if that is the case, what I do, I compare with this table with this table. Okay, so I'll take one is here and one is not there. 2 is here, 2 is there. 3 is here, 3 is there. 4 is here, 4 is there. Okay. When you compare with the destination table with the source table, when you identify any unmatched data, so this row has to be deleted because 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 is matching 4 and 4. You have deleted one row. Clear? So that is extra here. So when you compare with what? Normally you compare source to the destination in all not matched and matched. Okay. For the delete operation, what are we going to do? We always do it in the reverse order. Reverse order means you you take this data and you're going to be comparing with this data. So one is there, so one is not there. So two is there, two is there. Three is there, three is there, right? Four is there, four is there. So whenever you get unmatched data, this record you're going to be deleting here. Clear? So if you somebody deleting something here, you can easily delete from the destination table. So all these things can be done with the help of a single guy. The guy is called merge. Clear? Merge will have a command matched and unmatched. Clear? When the data is not matched, what I should do? When the data is inserted, what should I do? So this is the what is called incremental loading. Clear? And we are loading the data to the destination table. So incremental loading plus ETL is going to happen now. Clear? To perform the incremental loading, merge statement is combination of what? Insert, update, delete statements based on whether the rows that match the selection criteria exist in the target table or not. So I told you, merge target table as target using the source table as source on condition when matched. When matched means what is it matched? So this primary key, we need to use it. When it is matched, then you do something. When not matched, you do something. Clear? So when not matched, we're going to be inserting. When matched, we're going to be updating, and we're going to create one more condition in between. Clear? So using SQL Server also, we can move the data from one table to another table or one server to another server. And with the help of this, let me create a two tables and let us have a beautiful this one. Okay, I would like to create a database. The database is called as merge db. So this is the database I'm going to be creating. So you should be able to find out a new database. The database is called as merge. Okay, you can create, you can perform anywhere. So within the use this merge database, I wanted to create a table. What table I wanted to create? So this table I wanted to create. Okay, and salary, money, which is not null, right? So a simple table I'm going to be creating, create an employee table. So created, I wanted to insert two rows first. Okay. Let me have some name called Stalin and I wanted to have Simrit. Okay. You can have some data like this. Let me insert only two rows now, not more than that. Okay. I have two rows. Now I wanted to create one more table. The table name is called destination table. Okay, copy. I wanted to create one more table called what? Destination table. The destination table name could be a different name, employee destination. You can give like this. So that name is different, but it does not have. So, or we can say dim employee table, dimension. You can give any name, doesn't matter. You can also create a name called this. The previous table, let me drop it. So I have created one more table also, right? So that we don't need. So this one, let me delete it. Or you can say drop table, table name. That is also fine. So you can also delete like this. I have, this is a dim employee means it is a destination table. It is a source table. Now, which data I have to move? I wanted to take source data, dump into destination. So data movement is going to be happening. Data import, export going to happen. So this is a source and this is a destination. Clear? So what is a source? This is what is called a source, right? This is what is called destination. The destination may be in the within the database or it may be in some other database also. We don't know, right? But you have to take the data from here. You have to dump the data here. Clear? Now, this is what you need to write it. Merge dim employee as a D. D means destination. It is an alias. You can give any name. You can give A, B, C, anything you can give. Clear? So you can say day and using employee as S means a source. You can also give any other name here. Clear? So doesn't matter. So what is a source? What is a destination? I'm writing. So merge is a SQL command. So dim employee as a D. So that is the syntax. If you see, target a table as, okay, target means a destination table. So that is what you wanted to have it. Clear? Now, yes. And I told you, you have to maintain a primary key. You need to compare the primary key. That's what I told you clearly in this. What is that I'm maintaining? I'm maintaining source dot employee ID is equivalent to destination dot employee ID. Can I reverse it? Why not? A equals to B. In mathematics, we know A equals to B or B equals to A. You can write anything. There is no issue at all. So source dot employee ID is equivalent to D dot employee ID. Or you can also say D dot employee ID is equivalent to source dot employee ID. You can reverse it. A equals to B, B equals to A. So that's fine, right? So you can have anything. So source dot, so source, we are calling this employee as what? As a S. And this is what is called as alias. So this is employee destination table and we're calling this as a D. That's it, nothing else. Okay. So this is the table name and this is the table name. So this is a dim employee. The table name can be anything. Dim employee alias is S and alias is this. S dot primary key and this dot. So that is what the first one using this on destination dot, or you can say source dot, anything is fine. Source dot this or destination dot this. A equals to B, B equals to A. First I am doing update or insert, anything is fine. So there are two conditions. One is update I'm doing, one is insert I'm doing, the next one delete also I'm doing. Three operations will happen in the source, or you may insert the data here, you may, right? So what you do, you may be inserting the data here, you may be deleting the data. Say one Stalin. Stalin is 1,000 and we have taken two Simret, right? Simret is, let us say, 2,000. Two entries we made it and we're comparing this with this data. That's what is the first one. Clear? So when something is not matching, let me take this code. You can let me have it. You can have anything anywhere. Okay. So I'm writing when not matched by target. This is a syntax. Clear? When not matched by the target means you're comparing this and this. So target means a destination. So this is not matched by target. So not matched by target. So that is what I'm writing. So what when not matched? So this one. So employee one, because you're comparing, right? So this is not matched by the target employee ID. What I'm trying to do, I'm saying insert. What I'm inserting? Insert employee ID, name, salary, values. From which one I need to insert? So insert is going to be happening. These are the destination column names. And you are getting the source data. S dot employee ID, S dot name, S dot salary. This data you are inserting into the destination. So that's what is going on. If nothing is matching, for example, one is not there, it is not matching. If this is not matching, take this data, insert here. Clear? So that is what you're going to be doing. So two is not matching. Take the data, you're going to be putting it here. Clear? So this is how you need to write the syntax. Clear? So these columns are the destination columns. These data you're getting from where? Source. Source dot employee ID, source dot name, source dot salary. Row by row, you're going to be reading. Okay, you read one row and you compare. If this and this is matching, that's fine. If something is not matching, and insert it. For example, you have a new row here, Appu, then you have 1200. Now 1 and 1 is matching, 2 and 2 is matching, then 3 is not matching, then that is not matched. So that means this is how you should write the syntax. When not matched by the target, you should not change anything. All these are keywords. So this is the your own this one, because the column names will change, right? So like that you need to give the column names. Employee ID, this is the destination column name, this is the data coming from this. So this we have handled when not matched. So if it is matched, so for example, now the next one is update. When matched, that means what? If 1 and 1 is matching, if 1 and 1 is matching, that is what I'm writing. Update for, okay, for update I'm writing when matched, and I told you remaining columns do not match either when matched. So if 1 and 1 is matching and name does not match, or salary and salary does not match. Clear? For example, it is becoming, let us say, 3,000. Clear? So 1 and 1 is matching. I'm writing 1 and 1 is matching when matched. That means this condition is matched. Okay, when matched, and remaining columns are unmatched or condition. Remaining columns are destination is not equivalent to this. This is not equal to symbol. This is not equals to symbol in SQL. Clear? So destination name and the source name is unequal, or destination salary or source salary unequal. Then what are we going? Then update. What are we updating? We are updating dim employee table. Updating set d dot name is equivalent to source dot name. Source data you need to send it to here. So the data always will go from here to here. From this is the source, this is the destination. Remember, okay? D dot salary is the destination. Salary has to be updated with the source salary. So this is what you have to do it. It's very, very simple logic. Clear? So this is for update. When not matched, then inside. When matched and remaining columns are unmatched, then we say update. Update what? A destination table with the source table, comma, destination table. If you have a lot of things are available in the destination table, all the columns you need to write, and here also you have to write all columns. Clear? So this is what is called update. Clear? Now if I wanted to end here, you need to put semicolon, because I don't want to write for delete. So let me execute this. Now let me go and show you this data first. I don't have any data. 1 and 2, I don't have any data. I wanted to take only merge. I have written only two statement. Let me take this, go to new query window, and I'm going to be using only insert and update. At the end, you must write semicolon. Otherwise, it will not going to work. Remember this point, okay? So now what will happen? Let us see. Execute. When I execute, two rows are getting affected. Two rows got inserted. Have you seen this? Now you go and check those these. Now you see all the data you got into destination table. Now let us insert the next record is up. So one record or two records also you can insert. The fourth record, let us say Leela. Okay, Leela. So two records I have inserted. Two records I have inserted. Oh, this is already inserted, right? Sorry. I'm executing the same thing. So I have two records got inserted. Let me execute both these tables once again. You will be able to see four records here, but two records only available. Now again I go and you need to execute the complete syntax. Okay, so complete syntax you need to execute. So two rows again affected. Now you go back and execute. Now four rows you should be able to get it. Now this time what we do, we insert one row, we update two rows. Okay, we insert one more row. Let me say 5. Let us give one of your names. Let us say Nitesh. Okay, let us write Nitesh is the new employee, is going to be, one row got inserted, and you know how to update, right? So how to update emp table, set, you know salary is equivalent to, let us say 1300. Okay, where employee ID is equivalent to 1. Okay, for 1 it's Stalin salary got incremented. So one row got updated. Now you should be able to see one row. Now one more row also I wanted to update. So that is, I want to update, Appu's name. Okay, Appu's, name is, let us have the next row I want to here save name. Appu's name, let us say Appu Raja. I wanted to update like this. Now updated. If you see one insert and two updates. Clear? So fifth row is insert and two updates. One is called this row got updated and Appu Raja is got updated. Now totally one inserted two updates, total three dash to update 3 rows. Let me execute the complete this one. So make sure you're pointing to proper database, because always the first command would be always this command. Okay, so this code has to be executed in this. Clear? So let me execute it. It is clearly telling me you 3 rows got affected. Have you seen this? When you see 3 rows got affected, you should be able to get those 2 rows updated. Apuraza and Apuraza and Stalin 1300 and 1300. Nitish is got inserted. Clear? But now if I delete a row, now you have to add this. Clear? So for deleting purpose, what we need to do, we have to first delete the semicolon and write the delete syntax also. What is the delete syntax? When not matched by source. I told you, right? If you delete one row here, for example, this is also got loaded. Now you're comparing, somebody is deleted this row. You can think like this. This row is not there. You're comparing the destination with the source. So that is the command. What is the command? When not matched by source. That means comparing with the destination. 1 and 1 is matching and 2 and 2 is not matched by the source. This is the source, right? So if it is not matched, then you simply say, then delete. So semicolon has to be there. Without semicolon, it is not going to end. So at the last, you need to put the semicolon as well. Clear? Let me remove the semicolon. It was having semicolon here. I have deleted. I kept the semicolon here. So this can perform insert, update, delete. So insert, is going to do it in destination table. Update, it is going to do it in the destination table. But delete operation is going to be happening in the source table. Clear? Because sorry, delete is going to be happening in the destination table because you have deleted some data. Again, this record has to be deleted because it is not there in the clear. You're comparing with these two here and deleting in the destination table, not in the source. Sorry. Clear. Now let me execute. Now no rows are got affected. Let me insert one row again. I want to insert one row. So go here and I want to insert one record. So 6, right? I wanted to have Ravina and with one record got inserted. Now I wanted to update employee salary of the second guy is 4567. One update I'm doing, and I'm also deleting one row. Delete from EMP table where employee ID equals to 3. I would like to delete.
Hmm.
Okay, I wanted to update this and I wanted to delete one row as well. So if you see the data, if you see the data, now what is going to be happening? So the third row got deleted, this got updated, one row got inserted. Now when I run this package, not package, when I run this code, this is the code, right? So this code, when I run it, so what will happen? So 3 rows got affected. Let us see what are those changes. So take this, you should be able to see here the third row is missing, it is also missing, and Ravina is got added, and his salary is also got updated. Clear? So this is the syntax with the help of a merge command. Very, very easy. Very, very easy that we can have it. For example, sometimes I wanted to know, so my destination table is having, what is my destination table? Select star from uh, dim employee, right? My source table is simply employee table. Sometimes what the people are going to be telling you. So I wanted to have one more column. When this data got inserted, the date and time also I want to have. So for that purpose, I'll say alter table name, add column, insert date and time. Clear? So this is a date time column they would like to add. So when is the date got inserted? That or insert or update date, whatever it is, update date, something like this. Insert update date and time. So that I wanted to implement. Clear? So I don't have anything here. I wanted to implement this one extra column. Let me delete all the data here, and there is no data as of now in the destination. Clear? So these 6 rows are going to come here. Plus, I wanted to have insert update date and time in the destination. So this data is something extra that you need to add. So this is the column name, right? So column name is this column. So what we can do, so this we can add in this. So whenever you're inserting the data, clear? So insert employee ID, employee name, employee salary. These are the destination columns. Plus fourth column is this. Clear? Fourth column is this. So here you have to put get date. Clear? So this is the date and time that you're going to be having. Clear? So when not matched, you're going to be inserting the data here, insert update date time values get date. So this is how you're going to be doing. Clear? When not matched, whenever you updating the data, you also update. What is that you wanted to update? D dot D dot this also need to be updated with what? Get date. So these are the two things that you need to add in your code. Clear? Because this column is available in the source, in the destination, but not in the column. Whenever you insert the data, you must insert these and the fourth column value using get date function. Clear? Let me now. I don't have any data. I shown you, right? You don't have any data. I wanted to Now insert. Okay, so this is the program I wanted to insert. So let me execute. Now 5 rows got affected. We can easily see these 2 rows. Clearly, we are able to see the when the data got inserted. Clear, you can see this. So if you update some Nitish's salary and see the time change will happen. Now 5,000, right? Now Nitish salary, somebody's salary will update, right? We'll update, let us say, fourth employee salary to 5544. Okay. Now one update is happened. Now you go. Now let us run this package. Sorry, let us run the program once again. Now one row got affected. Now we can see one row got affected, right? Now let us go back and check the time. The time will change, right? So now fourth, now you see the time. So remaining time is 31, this one, but this time there is a change. Have you seen this? Copy with headers, then you should be able to see the time clear. Have you seen this? Now everybody is having 56, 56, 56, 56, and this is the data got just now updated, and the time is now something else. Have you seen this? Now, whenever you insert the data and update, if you wanted to maintain something in the destination table, you should be able to maintain. Sometimes the company also, the people who wanted to maintain a, for example, every employee has to pay 18% is a tax. So they wanted to add a tax column, so which is an integer. Okay. So everybody wanted to have a tax, they need to pay. Tax is not coming from the source. Clear? Let me delete all the data. So this is my data, right? So I would like to have this, I have already taken care, and tax is not coming from the source. What is the fixed component? 18% of the tax everybody has to make, right? So how to give this kind of a default value? One column is extra added. The source is not having the data, but the customer says you need to insert 18%. What I do? I go here, I put tax. Clear? That is the column name, but what is the value for everybody is 18 only. So this is the default value that you can write it here itself. Clear? So whenever you're inserting the data, the tax data is not going to come from the source because source doesn't have a tax column, but in the destination they wanted to have a default value. You can give a default value like this. This is the modification. You should be able to do it at the time of inserting. Clear? So now I wanted to show you, I don't have any data. Now see, no data. So everybody has to make tax 18%. So that is the data. I should be able to have it. Now you execute it. Now you see these 2 rows. You're able to get 18%, insert date, blah, blah, blah. So everything can be done with the help of this syntax. Very, very easy syntax. Now you remember this. Clear? So merge statement is very, very easy to use it, and which is also very, very faster to perform incremental loading. Incremental loading means you have one copy of the data available in the source system, the same copy of the data you wanted to maintain in the destination. Clear? So whenever you run, for example, you may run this code once in a midnight or once in a morning or once in a evening. So you can also automate this process. Automate means you need not call manually every time. You will not be able to click on this and execute manually, right? Manually execution is very, very bad. So you need to automate it. So automation also can be done. For automation purpose, we're going to be using a scheduling. The scheduling is going to be done with the help of SQL Server agent. Clear? So this agent is going to be creating a job every 24 hours or every Sunday morning 6 o'clock. This code will run automatically. You're not going to be there to execute this code, right? We're manually doing it. If you wanted to schedule something, automate something, SQL Server is going to be having a SQL Server agent. In this, we're going to be creating a job. Clear? And this job is going to be responsible for executing this code based on the schedules given. Schedule could be every day morning 6 o'clock you run, every Monday you run, or every Saturday you run, or once in a quarter you run, like every month of last day you run, and midnight you run, morning you run, every 1 hour you run. So whatever be the schedule that you wanted to give, you can give. This code is automated. Okay, so how the automation is going to be happening in SQL Server with the help of SQL Server agent. Clear? Schedules and automations are going to be happening by SQL Server agent. So that also we can see them later. Are we clear? So this is how we can perform incremental loading with the help of ETL operations. Actually, we are doing extracting the data, transforming the data. Transform means a change. If you wanted to change some, conversions here and there, you can do that. Otherwise, no need of transformation, simply load it. So here we are doing extracting and loading. We are not changing any data. Clear? But if you wanted to change some data, you should also write some logic in between and load the data into the destinations. Am I clear? So this is how we can perform incremental loading. So merge is very, very fast command to perform incremental loading, to perform ETL operations. SQL Server, not only SQL Server, even MySQL, Oracle, all people are going to be having the same syntax, same command is available. So people would ask you, what is the logic for this? And for, remember, so at the end semicolon is important. If you don't put semicolon, try to run this code, you're gone. See now, terminated by semicolon. See this? So compulsorily at the end. Clear? If you wanted to write only for insert, you put the semicolon here. There's no issue. So you don't want to do update and delete. Only you wanted to maintain only for insert. You can put the semicolon here. Otherwise, you can put the semicolon for update, or you can put the semicolon here. Semicolon is important at the end. Clear, guys? So if you have any questions, you're welcome. So merge is very, very beautifully given and very, very easy syntax. Merge target table as some alias using the source table some alias on condition. When not matched, then update. When matched, then update. When not target, when target not matched, then insert. Clear? Source column name and values. Insert into this. Clear? So you can also give update statement if you wanted to have it. Clear, guys? So these are the things that you can easily understand and perform ETL operations with the SQL Server itself. Clear? But definitely there is a big application is available as part of MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. The application name is called SSIS. Clear? SSIS is going to be performing lot of ETL operations. Clear? This is a merge command is only small command. Clear? But if you wanted to do a bigger ETL operations, then definitely we can use ETL operations in the SSIS. Also we can call merge statement. Clear? We can create a stored procedure. We can call the merge statement syntax in our SSIS, so that SSIS is going to use SQL Server syntax to perform ETL operations. Am I clear, guys? Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you are welcome.